Welcome back to the Bonus Bone podcast, friends.
What?
Chasta,
What's
Lamont,
happening?
Tonelli, Baby Huey, the whole gang is here. And it's summertime. We're talking hydration. This came up so randomly. Do you guys remember who it was that called in the Lick Me Wall with the hydration tips?
Mountain Man.
It was Mountain Man. Okay. And he was
at
talking.
the hydration enhancers or whatever they were?
Exactly, yeah. The multipliers. I think they're called hydration
Okay.
multipliers. And he brought up two I'd never heard of, which was Squelcher, which sounds dirty to me. Doesn't it?
Yeah, but he said it was Squincher.
Both
Yeah,
sound
he
dirty.
did. You're right.
But it's Squelcher,
Squincher.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Or am I
Squincher
getting
sounds
it
even
confused?
more rude.
I don't know.
And then Drip
ruder.
Drop was the other one.
Drip drop?
Yeah.
I thought you just said dirt drop.
Which I had
Sounds
never
like
heard.
one of my poo stories.
When you need to squinch, it leads to a drip drop.
Okay. Well, now I'm confusing myself. Is it Squelcher or Squincher? Wait, what does squelch meaning? Make it
Okay, what is squelch?
make a soft sucking sound.
We have that in the clear.
This is why I thought it sounded dirty. I guess maybe I already knew what squelching was. A soft sucking sound made when pressure's applied to liquid or mud.
I thought squelch was a radio term, too.
What would it be?
Like when it came to a signal, you had to
Weird
squelch a
sounds when
number.
you drop mud.
Oh.
I'll have to look that up.
Okay, so now I'm getting confused. Is it Squincher or Squelcher?
I don't
You guys
know.
don't know either.
I have no clue. Are you
You're the
kidding?
one who took notes on it.
Hydration. Okay, we're going to make sure because it's Squelcher. No, it's Squincher.
It is squincher.
It's squincher.
Is it?
See,
You
so
sure?
he was right.
Oh, I don't know.
And we
if he
made
was
fun
right.
of him for that.
I don't remember. Anyway, it's Squincher
Yeah.
and Drip Drop. The other one I know. I never heard of those. I had heard of Liquid IV. I use that pretty often. We keep that in our New Orleans house because it's great for hangovers.
So you
Right.
said a soft sucking sound.
Yeah, that's
But then the
squelch.
second definition is a circuit that suppresses the output of a radio receiver if the signal strength falls below a certain level. You squelch a number to get a better signal or something like that.
And coming in with the engineering degree.
There we go.
Paul Tonelli, everybody.
And Baby Huey's like, oh, that's squelch. That sounds funny.
It
No, I
does.
just think he could be an engineer now.
Good. We all
Well, I
kind
think anybody can around here.
I was going to say, before you said that, I was going to say we all kind of have like our minor in engineering at this point. I think to be in radio, you kind of have to.
Yeah.
You know? Anyway, back to hydration. So that brought up the question of hydrating and having to pee. Somehow we went to having to pee in the car when you can't find a bathroom.
Edit here. Why does it say the mic is muted?
It's always muted. It has to be, or it gives feedback.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, because I noticed that. Is my mic coming through?
Yeah.
All
yeah,
right.
it's always like that. It has to be.
Unedit.
Serrata's like, son of a. Okay. So that brought up the stories of having to pee when you can't find a bathroom on the road or on a road trip
Right.
or whatever, like hydrating in your car, because so many of our boneheads are truck drivers. And they started when this went off like wildfire. You never know what you're going to hit.
Right.
When it comes to topics on the radio. You just never know. And this one was a huge one. We started getting pictures of all these Gatorade bottles.
The guys are pissing in
The
Gatorade
guys
bottles.
are keeping
Yeah, sure.
in their trucks.
Yeah.
Well, and I will
Which
say
makes
this,
sense.
The tough part is finding places with bathrooms that are open to the public now, too.
Well, they're closing rest stops on the freeway, too.
Right? Exactly. So you're driving along and all of a sudden, no, we only are open to patrons.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
that
yeah,
kind
you
of
have
thing.
to
And
buy
that's why Starbucks are pretty good still. If you see a Starbucks, at least you could stop there for a
Right.
restroom. However, most of the time after people have coffee, they're sitting in that bathroom and it's tied up and you're standing there like this for 10 minutes waiting to get into the bathroom.
That is true.
Hey, when you do that, do you feel compelled to actually buy something as well?
1,000%.
Yeah,
Oh,
you're like
yeah.
my wife, not me. I said, I'm just going to go
It all
in there and
depends.
take a dump.
Take it. I always feel like, I mean, if I go into a gas station, I always feel like I need to buy something, a water.
Really?
or-
You're buying
Okay.
gas.
Well, if we don't buy gas. No, hell
Right.
no. If we buy gas, that's all we're buying because it's
Right.
$1 million in gas.
Just put your head down. Don't make eye contact and leave.
That doesn't look sus at all. You look like you're about to put your pants and you won't even make eye contact with anybody.
Unless they got the code.
Woo, do not go in there.
Woo! God. Have you ever had to pee in a bottle when you were on a road trip?
Oh, yeah.
You, Paul?
Or had any
yeah.
accidents?
No, it's just quicker to do than pulling off and going to finding the gas station.
Wait, is this a regular habit of yours?
Not regularly, but I keep one just in case. You never know when you're like Highway 5 or something like that.
What kind of bottle?
Usually it's like a Gatorade
It's
bottle.
got to
or
be the
something.
big mouth.
Yeah, that's
Gatorade,
got-
Yeah, otherwise you get pee
Really
everywhere.
big mouth
Yeah.
bottle. Chasta.
Jesus.
So
Yeah, but
yeah,
why
it's
did I
just
say
quick.
that?
Boom, on off.
No,
off the off
I will
ramp.
pull
Boom.
off. I will pull off to the side of the road.
I've done that.
And then what you have to do is like open your car door. I've got it kneeling down like you look like you're working on your car, and you whip it out and you just kind of pee, and there's like a lake there by the side of the road.
Oh, yeah.
Then you zip up, shut the door, you're back in the
Yeah.
car. I would
Oh,
prefer
checking the
that
air on
just
the
in case-
tire.
Yeah, just in case you accidentally piss on your floor mat or something.
On your floor mat or
your seat.
Or
Like you
get
don't
it on
want to
your
do
hands
that.
And it's on the steering wheel.
Yeah.
And
Now, I will tell you the best was, and I'm going to go back to when Sully was working
Right.
with us. We were driving back, I think it was from the Grammy Awards, one of those broadcasts. And he was, I'm going to pee my pants. I'm going to pee my pants. I said, well, just go outside the car and hide behind the car. And I told him the trick on open the door. And so he's, no, you guys are going to take a look at me. And he was so afraid that we were going to see his dick, right? So we will not, Sully. Listen, just stand there, maybe behind where the door is. That guards you against from the other roads that are coming in. So he's standing there. And the moment he did, Paul was driving. The moment he did that, we moved the car forward. And he's standing there in the middle of the freeway with his dick out. And now he starts panicking and he starts running like this and he's pissing all over his leg.
Yeah.
It was the greatest thing I've ever seen. I
We're
showed
on
that on
101
video.
coming back from LA.
Yeah. Remember that one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sully.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Okay, that just highlights how the difference between guys and girls because it is so hard to be inconspicuous as a girl when you gotta pee on the side of the road.
right.
If your ass is hanging out. Like there's no easy way to do that.
I'll show you sometime with the car door trick.
I have to pull my pants down.
Listen.
I don't have a wiener.
Okay, here's the deal.
Wait, pretend like you're a girl and show me how to do it.
Okay, no, we need a car door. So we're going to take a video of this.
Hold on, I'll be your car door.
But you will have to.
That could be the promo
Take
for
your
this
pants down
podcast.
to see if we can
I
see
have to take
it.
my pants down. Yeah, because I still have to squat.
Yeah.
And you basically, as a girl, okay, let me just explain.
Okay.
This is way detailed. You got to like do the splits because
Yeah.
you get the
Sure you do.
splashback.
Absolutely.
Right? You can't have splashback on like your ankles.
So what you
gotta do
do
the
is you
split,
do the splits and
you gotta put your butt
squat.
out.
Okay,
Right.
but the car door is behind you, kind of.
Right.
So it's almost like you're in the car, but you're facing the back. Right? And the car's parked on a bit of an angle.
Yeah. So my head's in the car and my ass is out of the car? Is that what you're saying?
No.
You need to travel in a
if you
dress.
want. You could if you want. But you kind of face the roadway like that so they don't see your equipment. You're
Okay.
facing the roadway, but the car's on an angle, so it cuts off the view of the people driving down the road.
Right.
And the door covers like if there's a crossway
Right.
that they can't see you
Yeah,
either.
that's true.
Okay. We're
Right?
gonna have to go to the parking
Okay, we'll
garage.
show you the parking lot.
We're
No,
gonna have
you
to
can
video
squat
this.
behind my car.
And wear dress when you travel.
Now
Yeah.
that's the thing. I mean, that's not
You
reasonable.
could look stylish in like a very attractive sundress.
Right.
With a
And then-
purpose.
and then just lift it up.
Yeah.
Form and function.
Yeah, I mean it is.
And if you have me or Paul driving, then we'll drive the car away. You
Exactly,
can be standing
yeah.
there squatting.
Yeah, duly noted. I'm never, ever traveling with you guys in that way. I did have to pee in a bottle one time, which for a girl, again, is an incredibly hard task.
Really wide mouth bottle.
Oh, man. It was brutal.
That is aiming at its finest.
Let me add to the level of difficulty on this. So we were in Tahoe. It was one of those crazy snowstorms several years back. Well, I can tell you
Yeah.
exactly when because I was pregnant. And that's what adds to the difficulty. We were stuck in traffic in a snowstorm for like 10 hours. And of course, there's nowhere to go. And there's a line of people in front and behind. I mean, there's like 100 people around. People are out of their cars, like, you know, working on their chains and stuff. So there's no like what you just said with the door. That's not going to work.
Right.
They're going to see you. And it's snow. So it's going to be yellow everywhere. Like it's not okay. So I get a bottle. We had a big mouth Gatorade bottle. And I'm pregnant. I am.
So it's tough to see what you're doing as well.
Yeah, I'm about 6 months pregnant at this point. And I did it, and I did not miss a drop.
Look at that.
I mean,
now, did you hold the bottle, or
That's
did
like an
Jay
Olympic
have to hold the
competition.
bottle
It was an
for
Olympic
you
competition.
because you were pregnant?
No, I held the bottle. I was like, because I'm actually, this may be a surprise because I'm not exactly a shy girl, but when it comes to stuff like this, I'm very ladylike. I know that's hard to believe.
That didn't sound very ladylike.
Yeah.
Well, what am I supposed to do? And so I was, embarrassed because it's gross, but I'm like, I'm going to make this happen. Like, I'm a perfectionist. I'm not going to get a drop anywhere. And so I did it. And Jay was like, wow, babe, that was really impressive. Like, not a drop. And then,
Did you pour it out?
I did. I think I saved it.
I think you need to pour it out. That way you have the bottle again.
Yeah, but I think I
you
saved
reuse it?
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
We'll just buy another
And then the other one
Gatorade.
is we got, when you're talking about, we heard from truck drivers.
Wait, hold on. I have to finish my sentence because it sounds weird that I just
Okay.
said I saved it. I saved it. I saved it till I got to the next gas station. Then I poured it out and rinsed it
Gotcha.
out. Okay, go ahead.
No, because we've also heard from like Caltrans workers who run the big weed cutters and like it almost looks like a tractor.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they get pissed off because
People just throw
off
it out
the side
window.
of the road, if they're tossing bottles, they have like exploding urine bottles
Oh, my.
when they cut them open and they get sprayed with everything.
Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah.
Oh,
So be considerate. Pour it out.
pour it out.
That's what I
didn't
would say.
even think
No,
about
they
that.
were like, it's a thing. It's a real thing. Because, you throw them out of the truck or
Yeah.
the car or whatever, and they get buried in the tall weeds when they come by a couple times a year to cut the tall weeds with the
Yeah.
big reaper thing.
Piss all over the place.
That's so gnarly. I never would have thought about that. And then it's probably been sitting there and it's hot
Yeah,
pee.
and stanky.
And stanky. Oh,
Yeah.
God. Yeah. No, you can only reuse the bottle
There was
one time or so.
what's the water? Crystal Geyser? Is that the water? Is that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, they come in like gallon bottles too.
Oh, yeah.
I was taking the Woodside Road on-ramp to 101 sometime over the weekend, either yesterday or Saturday, and it was like one that was about 3/4 full with what had to be piss.
That's one hell of a piss.
That's-
It's
I know.
full. They save it for a while. or
Maybe
what?
they just kind of sit there, just keep adding to it. I
Oh, no,
don't
that's
know.
gross. That's nasty.
It was just sitting there off the shoulder of the on-ramp. Yeah.
We had to stop at a gas station on Saturday night coming back from the Quakes game, and we were in the middle of nowhere. I did not know there was a gas station in Portola Valley.
Oh, yeah. I've been to that one before.
You feel
Yeah.
like, this is at 11 o'clock at night, I think. I was like,
You go
where?
about 5 miles down the road before it's
Yeah.
on the right-hand side,
and there's
right?
nothing else
Yeah.
out there but
Yeah.
that gas station.
Shell station, I believe.
Hey, it is a Shell. Wow. That's impressive.
And gas is like $7 a gallon.
It was.
It is.
But what are we
Yeah.
going to do at that point? We had no choice. Huey, have you ever done that before? Have you ever PP'd?
No, I have not. I'm like Lamont. I'm willing to drive until you find a gas station, a place
But
of business.
sometimes you have to.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I have jumped
it's a time
out.
saver.
Yeah,
You know,
Time
you jumped
saver.
out. You haven't gone to.
well, like Chasta, she looked out for me once at Bottle Rock
Oh, my God. I forgot about that. Yes, that's right.
on the side of the road over there. I act like I was looking at the river right there. So I'm staring off, but I'm by
He's
the
all
tree.
lit. He's doing this while he's peeing. What do I see?
Well, you
over
have your
there?
hand on your dick.
I'm looking out there. Just act like I'm looking at out all
Was it near
Napa.
the car?
Just
Was it
bird
near the car?
watching, huh?
Was it near the car?
It was a bunch of trees and bushes, so I
It was
could like,
across from where we parked.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because when we go to Bottle Rock, oftentimes I'm not going to give away our parking spot.
No. no.
But it's like a mile away. But it's the best, safest, I would say,
Yeah.
parking. But it's a ways away. But you look like you were like a bird
Wait, now we
watcher.
know you're looking at the river.
Yeah,
And the bush.
it is somewhere on the river. That's all I'll say.
Down by the river.
Down by the river. Yeah, I
another
do remember that now.
I was traveling with someone once. I don't know if I should say this person's name.
Probably not. Change their name for the not so innocent.
We work with this person.
Oh, no, never mind. Don't change her name.
But they
Who is it?
shitted on the side of the road.
Who?
And
Smelly. I know the story.
Smelly? Oh, wait. I don't know this
Smelly
story.
couldn't hold it back. I'll even give you the story. I know exactly where it was.
What?
It was at the place where Lamar Odom friggin' they thought he was dead or
Yeah.
something.
Oh, the ranch?
The ranch out just outside Las Vegas. And Smelly
Pahrump.
Smelly said
right.
it was so stinky in that place that he refused to go. He wanted to go to a gas station.
Yeah.
That's how friggin'
Oh my
nasty
God.
the bathroom was.
He was going to pick
there.
a gas station outside of Pahrump instead of the ranch?
Instead of the ranch.
So they
That
they
is-
got in the
Wow.
car
It was
and
the
he
two of
just
us.
couldn't hold it.
And we were driving in the desert, and it's the middle of nowhere. There's nothing around for like another, 15, 20,
This
30
is
minutes.
outside of Vegas,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
And he had to go. He was like,
How hot was it?
It was hot. I mean, it was, it was close to evening time. So, but I gotta go. I said, what do you want to do? He's like, just pull over. I'm like, okay. So he squatted behind the car and took a shit on the side of the road right there. So outside Vegas, Smelly has a pile of shit left out somewhere.
Did he bury it?
I don't know. He quickly jumped back in the car. He's like, go, 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 go.
How do you wipe his ass?
Did he wipe? That's
I don't know. I don't know.
You see, that's the thing. You take a shit at the side of the road.
I think you got to use your underwear.
You have to
Yeah.
volunteer your underwear, and
Yeah.
he's too cheap to volunteer underwear. I know that for a fact.
I don't know if maybe he had some napkins, like, fast food napkins or
Were you
something.
driving?
I was driving, yeah.
In your car?
Or it was a rental car.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Probably no napkins.
I know napkins.
We're going to have to ask Smelly if he sacrificed
If he
his
used his
underwear.
underwear.
Well, that's kind of the only way. You've done that. You've done that,
What's
haven't
that?
you?
Yeah, it's
Sacrificed your
Scottsdale
underwear?
Boulevard.
I've involuntarily sacrificed my underwear when I shit my pants.
Yeah.
It was my best underwear, too.
Oh, it's always the case,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah.
But yours was not voluntary. I mean, involuntary. Yours
No, it
was
was
voluntary.
like 2:30 in the morning. I was walking back from a bar because everybody had left the bar.
And they left him there.
And you had to go poopies?
Well, yeah. I mean, it was about a 5-mile walk back to the hotel.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
No
absolutely.
exaggeration?
That was
At
behind the
2:30?
Sears. The Sears is gone now, though.
His poop's still there.
Yeah, they tore down that Sears years ago, but it was there for a long time. It was vacant, and it was
Wait, the
behind
poop
the
was there
Sears
for
building.
a long time, or Sears was there
Well,
for a long time?
probably both. But yeah, that Sears was vacant for a while, and then they tore it down.
Where was
I'm
this
glad
at?
it was there that night.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah,
Where was this at?
Scottsdale Boulevard in Scottsdale.
In Scottsdale.
That's a good spot
when
for
you,
it. Well, it could be in Tempe because Scottsdale Boulevard runs down to
Is
Tempe.
that when you walked all the way to the pool and just slept at the pool that night?
No, that was Palm Springs.
Okay.
Yeah. that was.
Another trip.
I woke up the next morning and a bunch of kids blowing up a raft about 11 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, what the hell is going on here?
Oh, my God.
And I got back to the pool at about 2:30 in the morning, just passed out. Well, it was Palm Springs in the summer was like 80 degrees.
I'm sure, yeah.
It was cooler outside than it was in the hotel room.
Yeah.
And then it was, but by the time I woke up the next morning, it was already 95 degrees. I'm sweating bullets in the Chase Lounge with some kids blowing up a raft next to me. It's out of a bad movie.
Mommy,
That's
there's
like
a
a
man
hangover.
sleeping on the lounge chair that smells like booze.
Oh, you must have just been sweating it out, too.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it was just
bad
probably
Santa.
boring. I was thinking Hangover Part 5 or whatever. Oh my God, that's hilarious. I probably should change his name. Should I change his name?
No.
Oh, I'll just say Pete. You know this story.
Yeah.
Have I ever told this story?
I don't know. I know Pete, though.
So he and Jay were driving. This was whenever Gianna and I lived in LA, and they would drive back and forth all the time. And they were so close to home. They were by the airport, and from the airport to Pacifica is 10 minutes, 15 at max. And Jay was like, "We're going, like we're making it home." And Pete's like, "No, I have to go to the bathroom. I have to go to the bathroom." And Jay's like, Where are we gonna go?
Right.
So he pulls over by the airport on 101 on the freeway, and there's bushes. And Pete's like, F it. He goes in the bushes.
Wow.
And a cop pulls up behind Jay's truck.
Oh,
That is
man.
tremendous.
As he is like finishing up and he's
Brutal.
walking back to the truck, and the cop's like, "Did you just take a shit behind the bush?" And Pete goes, "I buried it."
Good answer.
Right? It was a good answer.
Yeah.
To my memory, I don't think they got a fine or anything. I think the cop just thought it was hilarious and ridiculous and let him go on. But it was a good time.
That's great.
Yeah, so we called him Dr. Deuce for years after that. He was Dr. Deuce for a very
And
long
he
time.
will, from here on in, be known as Dr. Deuce when I see
Absolutely.
him.
He earned it. And this
Yeah.
will be a test to see if he watches the podcast. I'm not going to tell him that I told that
Yeah.
story, and then we'll just see if anybody
I
gets
call him Superman.
Yeah.
But if a
Dr.
cop
Deuce.
wants to be a dick, they can write you up for indecent exposure.
I
Yeah.
mean, technically they could. Well, maybe not. He was hidden behind the bush.
And then
here's the
they
deal
can
with
call
me.
you up for lineups whenever there's oh yeah. If there's like sex offender things going
No
on
there,
way.
and they
Yes.
need people for a lineup, you can get called in.
I meant
It can
Schmeat,
turn into a
not
nightmare.
Schmeat.
Well, no, it's too late now for him. But I mean, if you get arrested for not arrested, but if they write you up for
Yeah.
it, that could really turn into a huge headache.
Are you speaking from
No,
experience here?
no. Well, experience from I heard about other people.
Oh, okay.
not me.
Speaking for a friend. You
Yeah,
know.
exactly.
You and Schmeat. Oh my God.
Well,
that's too good.
Schmeat, we throw you under the bus
Yep,
this
there
time.
you go. Thank you for doing that. Made for a good podcast story. Appreciate it. All right, we want to hear your pooping or peeing on the side of the road. Leave them in the comments if you dare. And this is going to be a fun one for social media for sure.
And
All
maybe
right.
you can verify if you get called in for sex offender lineups if you've been written up for
Indecent exposure.
indecent exposure.
That I never knew.
Chasta.
Like if you're peeing, you can really get written up for if you're peeing.
I mean,
yeah.
it makes
Absolutely.
sense. Yeah, because you are exposing
Especially
yourself.
if you're pissing in front of an elementary school.
On that note,
Kids
We're
pulling
out.
up
Or an old folks home.
Where not to take a pee.
yeah, right, exactly. Yeah, churches, elementary
Swimming
schools,
pool,
nursing homes,
raft.
swimming pools.
Special Olympics.
Oh my God. Okay, on that note, we're done. Love you guys. Thanks for being here.